Hi everybody, it's Paul here from Ballistic Blood Bullets, here to do a video review of film Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. But before I do that, I want to give a very big and important shout out to a very, very good friend of myself and to the community as well, and that's for our friend Fast Eddie, One Quick GT. Eddie, he's going through a little bit of a difficult patch, just something's been thrown at him. It's one of life's unexpected curveballs. It's knocked him back a bit, and it may take him a short spell away from posting videos for a while, and just really wanted to give him a shout out. I don't want to get into anything personal. I mean, it is personal to Ed, and those that are aware, he's sent a note too, but everybody knows and loves Ed, and as I say, I want to give him a shout out to let him know that I'm here in his corner along with all you guys, and really just to encourage you to be aware that he might be away for a little while, and you know, show him some love and support, and drop by and check out his videos, and leave him some comments and best wishes. I know that he'd appreciate that, and he is a genuinely decent, honourable, nice guy. So just to say the very, very best of luck to you, buddy, and you know, my thoughts are with you and with your family, and on behalf of myself and all the community and YouTube followers that you have in the multitudes, just be well, take it easy for a while, take as much time as you need, and the very best of luck to you. Now, Ed's he's always an upbeat personality, and I know that he would want me to continue being upbeat and carry on by doing this video. So, as I say, we'll move on, and our thoughts are with Ed, but he'd want me to definitely kick ahead with this and share the love towards Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. So, here we have the video, or DVD, shall I say, of Captain Kronos. It's obviously a vampire movie, and it's from Hammer Studios. This one is a cool intro into Hammer films and vampire films for anybody that isn't really au fait and is looking for something a little bit more different, a little bit more upbeat in the vampire sort of legend of horror movies. This is a 1974 movie directed by writer and director extraordinaire Brian Clemens. Brian Clemens is probably best known to people for his writing of the classic 60s show The Avengers, which features obviously John Steed, Patrick McNee, and he always has a very sexy lady assistants with him. And the most famous of all, for me certainly, most attractive of all, was Emma Peel, Diana Rigg, during that time in the 60s. But The Avengers was such an iconic programme that, of course, it didn't just start and end with The Avengers in the 60s. It actually was rebooted and had a second life and a great following in the mid-70s right through until the early 80s, I believe, and it was rebooted and called The New Avengers. And here we had Steed returning again in the form of Patrick McNee. I don't think anybody else could really play the role. And he was assisted by Purdy, the very forthright, sturdy, upright young woman who could look after herself, and that was played by the very attractive and young at the time Joanna Lumley, and she was ably assisted and aided, as was Steed, by Gareth Hunt. And no, that's not rhyming slang, despite what many people may think even today, but Gareth Hunt played Mike Gambit, of course, and that's a bit of history behind Brian Clemens and his association with Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. But getting on to the movie at hand, and the review at hand, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter stars Horst Janssen in the titular role, and he's aided by a hunchbacked assistant who's called Dr. Marcus, and he's a an expert in all things vampires, which is quite useful considering that Captain Kronos is, of course, a vampire hunter. And Dr. Marcus is played by John Carson in a very cool role, more than just a cameo, and very much a very good assistant to Captain Kronos. Anyway, Kronos answers the call of an old war friend to investigate bizarre events taking place in a small village where young women are drained of their youth and left withered old women. And their innocence is stolen at the kiss of a vampire. And this particular vampire is seeking to replenish its strength, and in so doing he steals the very life essence of these young women, and of course it assists him into getting back his youthfulness and his vitality. And that really is what the story is about, this ultimate vampire coming back from the grave in more ways than one, but coming back with a real vitality and strength, and an evil purpose, of course, to strike fear into the land and to the local villagers. Anyway, Kronos is called upon, and he arrives in the village, and in so doing, immediately upon arriving there, he is able to set free a local, almost slave girl really, a local sort of peasant girl, and that's played by Caroline Munro, with a very young, very attractive, always so sexy, shapely form of Caroline Munro, who was of course once in the Lamb's Navy Rum adverts, and showing off her very shapely form, and she does so again here, as I say, very young, very attractive. And she comes on board and joins Captain Kronos and his hunchback assistant, and they journey together into the village, and then helping each other out against this evil presence of the vampire. It's a very cool, very gung-ho tale take on the vampire lore from Hammer Films. It's a Hammer Film Studio production. There's lots of action. Lots of cool, wry humour as well. Not a great deal of blood, but there's tons of fun. So what's lacking in the blood department is made up for in tons of action and fun and gung-ho bravadery, and it really is a very slick tale. And all, as I say, from the pen of Brian Clemens, and you can tell, most definitely. What you get from the Avengers, you definitely get here, with Captain Kronos in a vampire tale. So very cool indeed. Anyway, it all takes place in the village, and these young women are having their lives drained from them, and Kronos and his assistant have to work out what's going on, who the vampire evildoer is, and bring it to an end as soon as they possibly can. As I say, fun and very cool, with a very neat end showdown where Kronos has to use all his skills as a sword fighting expert up against another legendary swordsman to rival himself. Only the difference is here that the advantage that this legendary swordsman has is that he's one of the undead. He is, of course, a vampire. So not only has Kronos got to use his skills as a master swordsman up against an equally legendary swordsman, but against one that is one of the undead. And it's all to play for. And Kronos has to use all of his skill, his wile, and his knowledge and expertise to battle off the curse of this vampire. Very, very cool stuff indeed. Great film, great fun, lots of entertainment, big, big production from Hammer, and it's something a little bit different. I don't think they've done anything really quite as adventurous as this in the horror field. They've really pulled together their skill with the horror film and also the action adventure films that they did a lot of in the late 50s and early 60s as well, and they combine them together under the great verse of Brian Clemens, as I say. But the cool and charismatic Captain Kronos, he leads a colourful entry into the field of the Hammer Horror Studios with great vigour, great entertainment, and very much a very, very worthwhile addition to the Hammer Studios horror home. Do check it out, Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Great film, highly recommended. Take care everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.